are raped in their own communities. It is a violation of human rights when a leading cause of death worldwide among women ages 14 to 44 is the violence they are subjected to in their own homes by their own relatives.
Right, and I don't have too much of a problem with her getting this guy off on a technicality. That's what lawyers are paid to do. What I have a problem with her doing is lying about this victim and then laughing about it. This is a 12-year-old girl who was raped brutally, was put in a coma. She was a virgin, okay? She was told she could never have children again. And what did Hillary Clinton do to this person when she said, this girl seeks out older men? She said, that was a lie. She said, this person is mentally unstable. Also a lie. She said that this girl had made up rape claims before against people. That was a lie, okay? Hillary has a problem with unethical behavior and lying. We know this about her. Remember, she was terminated from the House Judiciary Committee investigating Watergate for unethical behavior. She lied about coming under fire in Bosnia by the snipers. And then she's spinning this tale about this video in Benghazi. She's got a real problem with telling the truth. I think this is going to be very damaging.
But the media protects her. If you read the Washington Free Beacon's Matthew Continetti today, with Glenn Thrush, now Politico, when he was at the New York Daily News, was going to put this forward, and the editors, he said, buried it because they didn't want
Imagine looking at that fucking face for 4 years. Disgusting.
But I mean, think about what she's done as well. I mean, we've had her leading the charge to smear Monica Lewinsky as this desperate, reckless slut. Do you remember that? Or how about when Juanita Broderick accused her husband of rape? Juanita allegedly came up and said,
yeah, Hillary, they're all sluts.
And tried to threaten me to keep quiet.
Bob, if you're going to run on a campaign platform saying the other side's got a war against women, I'm the one. I'm your wartime consigliere on behalf of women to do what's best and fight for them, fight for women and children, then you bet you're going to get this kind of scrutiny, and it is relevant, and it's especially relevant that she brings it up 10 years later and her attitude about it.
I quote, "Every survivor of sexual assault deserves to be heard, believed, and supported," end quote. This was apparently a quote from a speech she gave that went largely unremarked, but on Twitter it made a pretty big splash. Why? Because everyone instantly wondered, what about Juanita Broderick? Was she heard? And what about Paula Jones? Was she believed? Or how about Kathleen Willey? Was she supported? No. All were dismissed, vilified, and crushed by the Clinton machine with Hillary's consent. And what about Jennifer Flowers or Monica Lewinsky? It was apparently consensual in those cases, but Hillary certainly didn't seem to support them. Hillary's running hard on women's issues. Her website trumpets, quote, "I want to send a message to every survivor of sexual assault. Don't let anyone silence your voice. You have the right to be heard. You have the right to be believed. And we're with you," end quote.
Unless you had an affair with my husband, because then I'm destroying your life.
It's Hillary.
This woman is by far the most famous enabler of a sexual predator in history. I don't know how the Republicans don't take this and turn it into a 99.5-yard kickoff return.
You know, this is a very serious subject to me. I was a volunteer, a telephone volunteer, and then later chairman of the board of an organization called the Abuse Network that provided resources and information to women who were victims of rape and domestic violence. One of the key tenets of our training program was that women rarely, if ever, lie about sexual assault and rape. You've got to believe them at least until evidence proves otherwise. And for this alleged feminist, Hillary Clinton, to come out and essentially not only be a protector but an enabler of her husband's behavior is to say that she and all Democrats who support her are in effect saying to any of Bill Clinton's accusers, you know, she wanted it. She really wanted it. Bill
Hillary, she wanted it with beautiful Bill.
She wanted it. And now
Bill the Ripper.
She's recanting on that and falling back on that.
Like, Bill Clinton's not a ripper.
An utterly unknown college freshman and said, if anybody in the administration said
if
about
Bill ever went to prison, we'd rape
she
him.
wanted it, or did not stand up for her right
bang
to
him in his
believe
little
when she claimed
bunghole.
that she was sexually assaulted, that administrator would be fired from the university.
Billy,
Hillary Clinton should be
hand over the
jettisoned from the
bunghole.
Democratic Party if for no other reason than she is an abuser of women.
And he tries to kiss me again. And the second time he tries to kiss me, I start biting on my lip.
I don't know who would even try to kiss her, but I don't know what the hell he was thinking on this one.
He starts to bite on my top lip, and I try to pull away from him.
I take your pull away, but Billy had me by my boobies. He had me by my boobies. Billy had my boobies.
I tried to get away from him, and I told him no.
I told him no. He said, but no means yes. He said, but no means yes. So you're saying yes? She said, no. He said, okay, then yes.
Did you tell him to stop? Yes. I told him, please don't.
I told him, Billy, please put your penis away.
Different person.
It's very small. Put your little pee-pee away. He said,
When everything was over,
oh, you mean yes?
he got up.
No's yes, right?
I was crying.
So Billy, please, with that little pee-pee.
He walks to the door and calmly puts on his sunglasses. And before he goes out the door, he says, you better get some ice on that. And then he turns and went out the door.
And she also told him, Billy, your pee-pee's so small that you're pissing on your balls. You need to see a doctor for that. The doctor said, well, Billy, the bottom line is your pee-pee's so small that when you pee, it just goes right to your balls, like it cascades on your balls.
Therefore, she has held herself out to be an advocate for women and girls. And, of course, knowing the truth, that's the exact opposite of what is reality. Hillary Clinton has been an accessory after the fact in all of her husband's multiple sexual assaults and rapes.
She's been an accessory after the ejaculation. Never mind the fact. After Bill's ejaculation, she was an accessory. Look at the mug on her.
Infidelity or cheating.
Look at that mug.
Adultery. This is about something far darker. Bill Clinton is a Bill Clinton
Oh, she's so
sexual
ugly.
predator, and he has preyed on
Look at
multiple
her.
women when he was running
That's
for
who you want
Congress,
for president,
when he
that
was Attorney
ugly
General
skank.
of Arkansas, when he was governor of Arkansas, and when he was president of the United States. And rather than stopping this, and rather than just being an enabler, Hillary has been the point person in the cover-up of his sex crimes.
Oh, I tried to put a little
Hillary has
Hitler
been
mustache
the person
on
who
her.
has terrorized, and let's use her word, bullied.
She reminds me of a girly Hitler.
Silence, either to stop them from testifying,
With her suits, with a Kim Jong-un suit on.
What kind of tactics would they use?
Clinton's the war
strong arm tactics. Hillary
on
is the
women.
person who
People were
hired
bestsellers on these
Los
fucking
Angeles
people
and Arkansas
ruining
based
women.
private detectives,
Including Anthony
Pelicano, Jack Palladino, Ivan Duda, and these people use strong arm tactics. Let's take the example of Kathleen Willey, who wrote the introduction for my book. Kathleen Willey was working in the White House as a volunteer in the social office. Kathleen Willey was very active in both of Bill Clinton's campaigns for president. She knew the president well. When her family ran into financial difficulties and she made an appointment with the president to ask for a paid job, what she got for her trouble was groped, assaulted in the Oval Office.
Diddled.
For 2 years, she said nothing. But then when she received a subpoena in the Paula Jones controversy, the trouble really began. Her home was broken in and ransacked. Her car windshield was smashed. Her car tires were slashed with a nail gun. Her cat was murdered and left on her doorstep. Her children were threatened by name. A strange man dressed in black, Palladino, runs up to her and says, "Hey, how's your cat? You ever replace that cat? How are your kids?
Nice,
I saw
huh?
you get out of school yesterday."
Yeah, this is a message
Those are
from
the kind of
Hillary.
threats,
Nice, huh?
strong-arm tactics that
But you're not paying your taxes. Here's a message from Hillary. She just fucking AK'd your whole family.
being shut down like this, like what happened to Kathleen.
I could identify 24.
She can't even make it into a van in New York without fucking passing out and you want to elect her president. Are you people nuts?
Many of them have received IRS audits during the Clinton presidency.
IRS
I could be
audits.
wrong, but I think one of the counts of impeachment
All
against
forget
Richard
your
Nixon
growth.
was using the IRS against his political enemies. In this case, the Clintons misused the IRS. Nothing happened. This is really the, I think, primary issue to take down Hillary, because while her husband has assaulted these women physically, Hillary has assaulted these women psychologically. Here, only yesterday, Juanita Broderick, raped by Bill Clinton and bitten, savagely bitten by Bill Clinton when he was Attorney General of Arkansas.
Nice, Bill.
opened a
You
Twitter
fucking,
account and started
you
telling
vicious
the story of
predator.
what happened to her. A whole new generation of millennials, of young women, can hear the horrific
Bill
details of
Clinton,
what
a
happened
vicious fucking
to,
predator,
Juanita
and his
Broderick. Now,
predatory
I may
wife.
now go to
She's
YouTube
worse than he
to watch
is.
the actual NBC video in which she describes her abuse at Bill Clinton's hands. where she
I'm
describes
surprised there's
being
no
bitten
guys
on
that
the
were
upper
raped
lip so
by
severely
Hillary.
that he almost severed her lip.
You know, literally raped by her,
By the way,
because she's
classic
brutal.
disabling move for rapists because a woman stops covering herself here and tries to cover her bleeding face. He used this on at least 3 of the women that I identify in my book.
They told him he was a rapist. They thought he said they said therapist. They said no, you're the rapist.
And he's up on the stage with Hillary Clinton. They're at their podiums.
Bill, how do you feel about being the rapist? He says I've never been in therapy. I'm not a therapist.
You condoned and you enabled, and just bring it right to her in national
I think it's the
television.
only way to beat her. Look, in a
But
sense,
just
this
keep
isn't
looking up
about
this stuff,
Bill,
man. This
because
lady
Bill's
is
not running for president
she's
again.
straight trash.
Hillary is,
I mean,
and
don't get
therefore
me
it's
wrong.
Hillary's
Trump
involvement.
is
It's
not the
Hillary's
best.
activities. Hillary is the point person in the
I mean,
cover-up
you know where
of
I'm going
Bill's
with
sexual
this.
assault.
But you know something?
Hillary is the one who
Somebody's
runs the
got to
campaign
turn this
to
country
discredit
around,
and
or
destroy
it's gonna be too
those
late.
who would
It's
stand up and
almost
tell the
there.
truth of what they
Another
suffered
4
at the
years
hands
is
of
too
her
late.
husband. It's Hillary who runs
You know?
the Nuts and Sluts
Because,
campaign.
you know,
out of
Hillary
the
doesn't mind
office
the
of the White
80
House to
the
denigrate
20%
Monica Lewinsky. Now,
running
even though
the rest of the
Lewinsky
80%.
relationship is a consensual one.
Isn't that what this
it's an
country was
inappropriate one.
supposed to
Bill
be?
Clinton
Monica
seduces
Lewinsky,
a
huh?
22-year-old intern.